Hello, my fellow dreamer. You will be excited by what I'm about to say to you next if you love me as a creator, if you love Fables Stand, if you love all the things I put out, all the vibes I'm giving, and all the aesthetics, all the creative stuff that I'm putting out and sharing on my social. And if you're looking for extra ways to support me and also benefit from the things that I'm creating, I am launching my Patreon on November 1st, and here are all the things that you need to know about my Patreon account. First of all, if you happen to have a journaling practice, which I know many of you do, because I am a journaling junkie, I love diving into my inner realms and explore the characters and the landscapes there through words and through intuitive journaling, through tarot readings. So if you resonate with any of the things I just said and you have like a journaling practice, you have a tarot practice, and you're looking for more resources, unique original themed tarot spreads, and also affirmations, journaling prompts, and just inspiration from a creative and intuitive place to really just enhance your practice and add to it, come to my Patreon account. Basically, that's what I'm seeking to create a space where I take a lot of the things I create from my personal practice, when I'm journaling, when I'm diving into my shadows, when I'm working with my inner child, holding space for healing to take place, when I'm dialoguing with myself, when I'm just exploring my emotions and reflecting on my thoughts and my decisions and patterns and things like that. My intention is for me to take all the things I'm creating for myself, share that with you guys on Patreon, and also make it more customized, more targeted towards serving those who seek to support me. So it'll be like an amazing space for sharing, for community, for magic, for fellow explorers and fellow adventurers of the inner realms to kind of just get together and just share and just vibe together. So that's kind of like the general picture for Fables Stand. It's everything that I already am, everything that I'm already creating, but it's sort of like a consolidated space for that to kind of just come out. And here are the different tiers that are available. So there are 3 tiers. The first one is called Panda Cafe. Panda Cafe is for those of you who want to support me, who love my stuff, but you don't need anything hands-on from me at the moment. You don't really need extra tarot spreads or affirmations. Join the Panda Cafe tier. It's only $5 per month. You will receive a monthly tarot reading, a collected tarot forecast reading from the fairy god Panda herself. By that I mean I'll be doing a reading. I'll be doing a 1, 2, 3 card reading, either through text or through a voice clip, depending on what I feel is the correct medium for that month. There's gonna be some variations. It's not gonna be boring. So that's the first thing. You're gonna get a monthly tarot reading. I'll highlight the focus areas of the month, the themes, the main plot points of the month. And you'll definitely be getting power-ups from the pandas and just from me, from the tarot reading. So you can level up and just feel like your best self no matter what happens in the upcoming days for that particular month. So that's the first major perk. Second perk for the Panda Cafe is you will get behind the scenes updates from me. You'll see what I'm working on. You'll see what projects I'm kind of playing with. You'll see maybe some of the troubleshooting I'm doing. Just get intimate and close to my creative process, especially things I don't share on social media. I might be doing polls, I might be asking for feedback and opinion, and this will largely take place either in the Patreon page or in the private Discord server, which you will gain access to. So that's the third perk. You're going to gain access to my private Discord server, and the server is for people who just love words, who love tarot, who loves to introspect, who loves to use tarot cards and other means of divination and other tools and books and resources and materials and all kinds of spiritual and magical and creative practices to find that true voice within and to find your creativity and your self-expression within. So that place is just a gathering place for like-minded people and just people who want to celebrate themselves and magic and their own creativity, etc. Some of the channel names in my server include Unicorn Space, there's a Panda Lounge, there is Innerscapes to dive into your inner worlds and interact with the characters in there. There's a Gamers Lair. So if you're into cozy, geeky, nerdy, witchy, literary, all those things, you will love my Discord server. That's kind of where it's at. On top of that, you also get some words of encouragement, inspiration, just some uplifting riffing from me, just whenever I feel like it. If you are wanting a little bit more, if you're definitely one of the journaling junkies that I was summoning, and you want more from me, if you want the tarot spreads, the journaling prompts, the affirmations, all the original things that I'm creating that really serves someone who is on a path of being a seeker, someone who likes to explore spirituality, who likes to grow, who likes to introspect and self-reflect through divination and through tarot cards and oracle cards, and especially journaling. If you feel really inspired by words, if that's one of your primary sort of sources of power and magic and inspiration, you need to join the Floating Castle tier, which is my $10 tier on Patreon. With this tier, you get everything from the Panda Cafe, the monthly forecast, the tarot reading, the creative behind the scenes, access to my Discord server, and just some general riffing and updates from me and check-ins from me. You get all those things, plus you gain immediate access to my tarot spread treasury. So this is all the spread graphics that I have ever made throughout my entire career as creative business owner of Fables. So everything that I have ever made that I have a graphic of, every tarot spread is going to be in that treasury. So you gain access to that immediately. And speaking of tarot spreads, you will also get at least 2 fully illustrated, fully graphically designed tarot spread that you can download and keep per month. So that's 2 spreads per month minimum. Sometimes I'll be sharing tarot spreads in a more casual way, maybe just through text. I'll be just typing out the spread positions and the prompts, but there might not be a graphic that goes with it. But 100% guarantee you're getting 2 with full graphics, full illustrations, fully designed like tarot spread every single month and more. Probably more, because there's just more where that comes from. So that will really help you with your tarot practice and your journaling practice. You always have new things to try, and you'll always have new ideas and themes to really incorporate into your tarot practice and your spiritual practice and personal development practice. So speaking of personal development, my Patreon is really a space where I channel one of my main magical powers, which is expressing myself through words and creating through words. So other than the tarot spreads, I will be sharing a lot of the affirmations I write for myself, a lot of the affirmations that I feel called to write for the people who are going to be in the Patreon page community. I'll be creating lots of journaling prompts for mental health warriors and the inner explorers of the group, and for those of you who really love those things. Floating Castle is really the space to be. If you are constantly doing inner work, if you're constantly journaling, if you're constantly looking for things to invigorate your practice and also just to try to explore. Now that I've outlined the tiers, I just want to share with you why I want to start or restart Patreon in the first place. Long story short, in the past 2 years, I really feel like I lost the plot when it comes to creating content. I've been launching one deck after the next and sort of just reprinting and restocking one deck after the next, and never truly stopped to question where I want to go next. I was trying to navigate a toxic relationship on top of some other toxic connections that I was part of, and I was trying to repair some of the damages I've done from some of the business mistakes I've made. There was a lot of chaos and mayhem that happened in the past 2 years, and I feel like I've completely lost the plot. I've completely lost the plot when it comes to creating content online. I lost my original objective and passion for creating and sharing things. I ended up chasing the algorithm a lot because the algorithm landscape has changed so much. Social media is not the same. 5 years ago, Instagram was like a much more friendly place to hang out because I could actually get a sense of community there. But now it's becoming like TikTok, where it's like an algorithm machine, and you end up thinking about the algorithm, and you end up thinking about like you're just on this quest to wrangle eyeballs to get attention. That is not to say that was the experience the whole time, but it made me feel like I was chasing a carrot on a stick, and it made me forget why I started an online business to begin with, which was to share what I created with the world and to really find people who love my stuff and who I can co-create with and who I can serve. Because the whole point of being on this journey is to, number one, make myself happy and express myself and create a lot of abundance for myself and just do what I love to do, and just to be like a positive influence in the world and to really create an impact in the world in my own way through the things that I create and the vision that I have, right? So I feel like I completely lost the plot, and I started to just really crave deep, meaningful connection with my audience, with you guys, and I just feel like I just really wanted to get in touch with the people, like actual people who are supporting me. I remember when I was thinking that, I didn't really immediately arrive at a conclusion that I was going to launch a Patreon page, because I kind of feel like to launch a Patreon page and to really be successful at it, you sort of need to have like this foundation in your self-worth, because you're asking people to give you money in a way, even though you're providing something valuable in exchange. But if you're not feeling very confident, if you don't feel confident when it comes to marketing yourself and when it comes to the things you're offering, when you don't believe in what you're offering even on a subconscious level, I find it hard to really launch a Patreon and to really love it. But that could just be my experience, because that was certainly how I couldn't persist with my first Patreon attempt. It was because I was lacking the confidence and just that spiritual core and the resilience to kind of deal with my immense fear of failure, etc. That's another story for another video. I might have mentioned it here and there throughout my social media journey. But basically, I just miss having feeling like I'm a part of a community and I was contributing that community somehow. So before I arrived at the idea of launching a Patreon page, I actually made a Discord server. And I didn't really know where I was gonna go, but I just had the feeling that it would make sense. So I started this Discord server. I didn't know where it was gonna go, what it was going to be, but I just feel like I'm gonna do it. And at first I was a little hesitant because I was really anxious. Like, what if people don't really want to join a Discord server? What if people don't really get what a Discord server is? Because usually if you're into Discord, you're probably into gaming, and it's like, you know, it's like a gaming adjacent place for chatting and to build community. So when I first started my Discord community, I wasn't really sure where it was gonna go. But yeah, I started my Discord server, and just like from that journey, from the journey that I've embarked on, you know, just with that Discord server, really gave me a lot of insight about the people I'm creating for. I'm obviously first and foremost creating for my own pleasure. There's a happy balance, this bliss point between being your best self and creating what makes your heart sing, but also fulfilling a need in your community. I think that's a very awesome thing. And just being in that Discord server and just connecting with the people that follow my stuff and just love to chat with me, and then just like, how, you know, just really seeing the vibes that drew all of us together and just kind of being part of that, it really led me to my next decision, which was to relaunch my Patreon page. I had so much more clarity when it comes to what I want to create and how I want to lead the space and the type of space that I want to create. I also have like much better clarity when it comes to what people want from me and need from me and what people enjoy from me. And I would not have had that insight if I didn't create the Discord server. So I'm just forever appreciative and grateful for the experience and all the people that showed up in that Discord server. I think some of the people that joined are actually Discord veterans themselves. Like, I was just like trying to figure out settings, and they were actually giving me tutorials on how to, like, you know, enable like nicknames and then change and integrate custom emojis and things like that. So it was just like a fun learning experience, and I was just feeling very grateful for all the people that showed up, in a way gathered around my heart and my creative heart, and just sort of lit that fire again, because I really feel like I lost the plot, and it was just such a nourishing experience. And I'm really excited to take this to the next level, to launch my Patreon page, and to just bring more joy into things I'm creating for myself and for the people that are supporting me and watching this video and are going to be joining my Patreon. And I'm just like in such a better place, and I feel like I'm stronger and more powerful and more clear and locked in on who I am and what my vision is for myself and for the world. So yeah, my Patreon page is launching on November 1st. Come join, come hang out, come check things out. Even if you don't want to subscribe right away, even if you don't want a paid subscription, there is a free members option where you get to just stay in the loop and receive some updates. And there's also some free digital downloadables that are available if you're just joining for free, just putting that out there. And of course, if you're not joining for free, if you're like, no, I'm joining the Panda Cafe, no, I'm gonna be in your floating castle, you will get access to all those things too. So lots of freebies and awesomeness awaits in my Patreon account, whether you're going to be a paying member or not. So make sure you check it out regardless. What else? I'm really excited. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for supporting me and watching this video. If you have any questions about my Patreon account, or just any random questions for me, please leave them in the comment section. I will make sure to get to all of them. And I've also been posting a lot about my Patreon account on my Instagram, so go check out some of those reels that I posted. I think I cover most of the information here, but just like if you want extra, feel free to check out my Instagram. And yeah, until next time, level up magic and level up your life. Stardust and Piano Club.